Okay, good morning everybody. Welcome to ECCI Kids Online. We're really pleased that you could be with us this morning. You know, today we're going to be looking at the topic of judging wisely, and we're going to be learning about the book of Judges. When you think about Judges, what do you think about? Just maybe you think about a king of old. They were like judges, they were rulers and things like that, but yeah, it's not that kind of judge, is it? Hang on. Maybe you think of that person that sits in court and they're very clever and they wear a wig, don't they? And yeah, it's not this kind of wig though, is it? I think it's more of a wig like this. Okay, but today we're going to be learning about judges, and right now we've got a really cool object lesson with Bentley. So Bentley, over to you.
Coins. They're more than just useful for spending at the local sweet shop. You can use coins to help make decisions for you. Now, if you're deciding between two movies to watch, you can flip a coin. And if you're deciding between an apple or a banana for a snack, you can flip a coin. A flip of a coin can make a simple decision and just let you get on with your day. But a coin toss isn't always the best way to make decisions. What if your school teacher or your football coach or something used the coin to decide what formation to run your football team just by flipping a coin? And what if your parents chose a house simply by flipping a coin? Now that wouldn't be wise decision making, and that is not good leadership. The judges of the Bible are remembered because they were wise leaders who trusted the Lord. Deborah trusted God completely, and Gideon overcame his fears when he saw that God could be trusted, and God gave him victory. And when Samson humbled himself, he became a great leader and hero once more. God wants us to trust him like Deborah and Gideon, and he wants us to humble ourselves like Samson and ask for his guidance. So don't leave the big choices to chance. Be wise and trust in the Lord. Thank you.
So what I want to say to you now is get up. Now literally, get up. Get out of your seat, find some space, because we've got a worship song this week by Planet Shakers called Get Up. And so the actions are there, so make sure that you've warmed yourself up a little bit. Okay, do some, get yourself loose, get yourself ready to worship God. And then straight off the back of our worship song, Lauren has got a little message for us on judging wisely. And you know what? It's really cool. I've had a preview.
Are you ready? Come on. With every breath that I take, I'll praise you. With every move that I make, alright. With everything that I am, I'll praise you. 'Cause there is no other way. We stand together with hearts joined as one. Come on. We'll give you glory for all you have done. Everybody get up if you love him. Everybody get up and praise him. Everybody get up if you're free and give him the praise. And dance. Come on and dance.
Explorers and explorers. Today I was thinking about superheroes, and I was thinking about what hero would I be? Nah. No. Definitely not. I think I might just stick to being me. So, to get us started this Super Sunday, I want to start with a quick quiz. First question. Which hero was first? Superman or Batman? If you said Superman, you are correct. Second question. Which group came first? Fantastic Four or the Avengers? If you went with the Avengers, you would be wrong because it is the Fantastic 4. And last question. Who came first? Catwoman or Wonder Woman? Oh, the answer is Catwoman. So well done if you had one or any of those questions right. And the reason why we started with those questions today is because we're going to be talking about some superheroes in the Bible. Now, you won't find them in your comic books, but you will find them in the book of Judges. And these superheroes, along with others, were referred to as judges because they helped save the Israelites from the enemies before they had a king. God chose them to save the Israelite people. And long before there was Superman, Batman, even Wonder Woman, the children of Israel loved hearing stories about Deborah, Gideon, and Samson. And we're going to hear about them today. Our first hero is a woman named Deborah. Deborah is a prophetess who God chose to lead Israel against the wicked King Jabin. God spoke to Deborah and he told her to go to a man named Barak. Now, Barak was a brave warrior, but he was afraid of the fight and he didn't want to go alone. But Deborah was a courageous, fearless, brave woman who trusted in God, and she led Barak and his men into the battle. Our second hero is a man named Gideon. Now, Gideon was no warrior. He wanted nothing to do with the fight. But God saw something in Gideon and he chose him to lead Israel. Now, Gideon was afraid, so afraid. And he tested God. And every time, God answered the test. And Gideon overcame his fears and he did lead Israel. And similar to Deborah, they won the battle. And our last hero, who's very similar to the heroes we have because he had super strength, is Samson. Now, Samson had his strength because of his long hair. And as long as his hair stayed long, he was unbeatable. But unfortunately, pride got in his way and he trusted the wrong people, which led to his hair being cut and him losing his strength. And he became a prisoner to the Philistines. But during that time, he apologized to God and he humbled himself, and God restored his strength. And he managed to give Israel one final victory against the Philistines. Now, these heroes are great. And it's not because they saved Israel, but because of how they saved Israel. They trusted in God, they humbled themselves, and they overcame their fears. And it was God who made them heroes. The Bible is filled of heroes like Deborah, Gideon, and Samson. And they knew it wasn't their own strength or ability, but it's because they put their trust in God, and God helped them with everything that they needed. Deborah, she trusted in God, and even when Barak couldn't see it, she still put her trust in God, and God helped her through. Gideon was afraid at first, but he tested the Lord, and the Lord answered him. And if you read in Judges, you will see that the Lord even tests Gideon, and he even lowers Gideon's men down to only an army of 300 to attack, and they still won the battle. And lastly, Samson. Now, Samson's tale can feel a bit tragic because he had this super strength and he gave it away because of pride. But he asks for forgiveness and Lord to help him one last time to be a hero. And God helps him with that. Now, this week I encourage you to read all of these stories about Gideon, Deborah, and Samson. Read it at home, ask a parent to help, and see how their trust in God helped them. And remember that when we trust in God too, He can make heroes out of us.
So now we've got a little challenge for you. Can you list the judges in the Bible? So go to the book of Judges and have a little look through and see how many judges you can make a list of. And also, when you've done your craft, take a picture, show us it in a link below. We'd love to see what you're doing and what you're learning on this journey. And actually, speaking about learning, this week we've got another special little feature. We've got a memory verse. It's good to memorise the Bible, especially if they're promises of God, because in a moment, if you haven't got a Bible on you, sometimes it's good to be able to recall to memory a verse to encourage you or to encourage someone else. So exercise your brain, see how well you get on with a memory verse when that comes up too. Sorry everyone, it's been such a packed week this week. Hope you've really enjoyed it. Hope you've learned from our, memory verse. Could you remember it? Do the craft activities. Hope you enjoyed the time of worship. Thank you so much for Bentley for his object lesson. I wouldn't mind that £1 actually if you want to send it my direction. And for all that Lauren taught us about judging wisely and the judges and what their role was in the Bible. We hope you have a really, really blessed week. Do talk to us in the links below and we'll see you again soon.